future. Mankind has conquered the stars. He moves out to the endless interstellar reaches of the universe. An advanced exploration corps, a new breed of pioneer, must seek out unstable planets and destroy them.
Drive sequence begun. Hit it, Pinback.
And you are on the mission of the 21st century planet smashers, Dark Star.
Before we get into whatever I'm going to talk about, I should probably explain what's going on. So, I recently started watching John Carpenter's filmography. I'm a pretty big movie fan, and for a while I kind of kept movie stuff away from the channel, but I decided, you know what, I think I have an idea, sort of. I sort of brainstormed earlier, a while back, the idea of looking at movie posters, but instead I think I'm just going to do this, where I'm going to watch a director's filmography of movies that I just haven't seen yet. So, John Carpenter is my first pick, and to be honest, it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. Each of these episodes is going to be, relatively short, and we're just going to talk real quick about movies that I watched that I've never seen before from these directors. So, while a lot of the really great movies from John Carpenter, would make for great episodes, I've already seen them, and so there's not really much I can say for movies like The Thing, which is my favorite thing to watch every Halloween, or Halloween, which is, a movie that everyone loves and pretty much knows like the back of their hand. They Live, things like that. I'm not really going to speak too much about because I've already seen them, and I kind of want to move to stuff that I haven't seen and maybe stuff you people haven't known. So with this episode as the debut, Dark Star from 1974. A nice little indie film, directed by John Carpenter and written by him and Dan O'Bannon. For those who don't know the name Dan O'Bannon, he is famous for writing a lot of amazing sci-fi stuff, but as well, Alien, the original from 1979. Wow, he is a fun actor in this movie. Right off the bat, of course, I love this movie from moment one. Its music is really fun, especially because it's done by John Carpenter, who is famous for doing a lot of his own music, inspired by his own father. He used to make music, and then he decided to start doing some music for his movies. When we get to the two TV movies after these episodes, it's going to be a little weird, but I'll speak to it more there. But I love this movie. A lot of really fun practical effects, but I'm not going to lie, they're a little low budget feeling, especially some of the interior of the spaceship stuff. The initial computer boards that they're sitting in front of and all the things they're switching feels really well done. I like the cramped feel of it, like they're in a small spaceship, but it kind of doesn't make sense when you realize they can walk around, and when they do walk around, it's spray painted silver walls. But overall, I don't know. I like it. I think it's fun. Everyone does their job really well. Lieutenant Doolittle, definitely a fun role of a character who's just kind of want for action and blowing things up, because the plot of this movie is these 4, or I guess 5 people were sent out on a spaceship called the Dark Star, and they're meant to survey the galaxy and remove planets from certain systems that just aren't meant to be there. They're, maybe they can cause damage sometime later on because of what the building might be made of, or the planet might be made of. So they're, they're coasting around the galaxy, but they're kind of lost in a way. Like, they're stuck out there now. There's really no way to go back that's super easy, and the fun part is that they're not really worried about it, which is refreshing in an odd way, even though technically it would be original here because it's from 1974, really before a lot of those big movies, those big like stuck on a spaceship movies started happening, especially stuff like Alien, which hadn't come out because, like I said, Dan O'Bannon's in this movie, but he didn't finish writing and making that movie along with Ridley Scott and the others until 1979, so 5 whole years. This definitely feels very inspired by like 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it's just refreshing and original to just feel a movie that's not so focused on these characters feeling like oh my god, we have to get back home. They're doing their thing. They're space truckers, if you will. This movie is sometimes billed as like a comedy, and while that isn't wrong because there are some very funny little moments here and there, I think saying it's only a comedy is bad, because there are some moments in the movie that are very intense that I like, and some just very emotional moments, especially towards the end. There are a lot of laughs to be had around, especially if you're laughing at sort of the low budget nature, which you can choose to ignore if if you want. Sometimes it's a little bad, especially with the alien in the movie, but I won't get too much into the meat of the movie, but I like it. Definitely worth checking out because it's just fun. But I'll see you in the next episode. These should all be uploaded at the same time, I hope. But yeah, all right. Thank you. On to the next episode, which is someone's watching me. Oh no. Who's it gonna be?